The Pumpkin Curse. Mischief on Maple Lane. Every Halloween, Max was more trick than treat. While other kids carved pumpkins and shared candy, Max loved causing chaos. He smashed pumpkins, tossed toilet paper through trees, and egged porches every year. He swore to make this one the best prank ever. But this Halloween, Max had a new target: Old Lady Thorne's house. She lived alone at the very end of Maple Lane, in a crooked brick house covered in ivy. Her porch light flickered green, her cat never blinked, and no one ever saw her during the day. The neighborhood kids would whisper stories about her. That she could talk to crows, that she brewed potions in her garden, and that if you looked into her window on Halloween night, she'd steal your shadow. Max didn't believe any of it. He laughed and said, "She's just an old lady. Watch, I'll prove it." His friends exchanged nervous looks. "Max, don't," Tyler said, clutching his candy bag. "My brother says her house is cursed." "Yeah," Sarah whispered. "If you mess with her, something bad happens." But Max just grinned. "Guess I'll find out." The egg hits the door. As his friends ran off down the street, Max crept toward the green glowing porch. The air felt thick and strange, and the cat's eyes followed him the whole way. He reached into his bag, pulled out an egg, and whispered, "This'll show them who's scared." Splat! The egg hit her door and dripped down the handle. For a moment, everything went still. Then the porch light flared bright green. The cat hissed, and the air around Max swirled with cold wind and spinning leaves. He stumbled backward, tripped, and ran all the way home. But as he closed his door behind him, he thought he heard a whisper in the wind. "Let's see how you like it." The Pumpkin Curse. That night, Max tossed and turned in bed. He felt dizzy, his arms heavy, his body round. When he opened his eyes, he saw orange everywhere. He looked down and gasped. His hands were gone. In their place was a glowing, round pumpkin shell. He tried to scream, but all that came out was a hollow thump. He rolled off the bed, bounced down the stairs, and out the front door right into Halloween night. The night of frights. Outside, the streets were alive with trick-or-treaters. Laughter and music filled the air. Max tried to roll towards his friends, but when they saw a giant glowing pumpkin chasing them, they screamed and ran. He rolled to his house and tapped the door with his stem, but his parents screamed too and turned off the porch light. Even his dog barked and ran inside. Max sighed. He was missing Halloween. No candy, no fun, no friends. Just the cold street and the sound of his pumpkin body bumping over cracks in the sidewalk. The lesson in the mess. Tired and sad, Max rode onto a porch to rest. He wished he could explain. He wished he could go home. Then a group of older kids walked by. "Hey, look at that creepy pumpkin. One laughed. "Let's egg it." Before Max could move, splat, splat, splat. Eggs covered him from top to bottom, sticky and cold. He tried to shout, but no one could hear him. As the laughter faded down the street, Max sat still. He finally understood what it felt like to be the one getting hit. He whispered softly, "I'm sorry, Old Lady Thorne." Old Lady Thorne's porch. Just before sunrise, Max rolled slowly down Maple Lane. He stopped at the green flickering porch, covered in dried egg and dirt. Old Lady Thorne was already outside with her cat, sipping tea. "Well," she said, peering down at him. "Back so soon?" Her eyes sparkled, kind but knowing. Max bowed his head, ashamed. She smiled gently. "Then you've learned what it feels like when your fun turns into someone else's fright." With a swirl of golden leaves and a flick of her hand, poof! Max was human again, lying on the porch, messy and covered in pumpkin seeds. The next Halloween. The next year, Max didn't egg a single house. He didn't smash any pumpkins either. Instead, he carved them right beside Old Lady Thorne, who smiled quietly every time he passed her a candle. The other kids watched in surprise as Max laughed and said, "This year, I'm keeping my tricks to myself." And from that Halloween on, whenever a chilly wind rustled the leaves down Maple Lane, Max could swear he heard a whisper in the air. "Remember your fright and do what's right." He smiled, because he would never forget the night he rolled through the dark.